Hello students, today we are going to start the revision of chapter number 2, fraction and decimal. In the revision, we are going to discuss about the definition and very short type question in this first part. So let's begin with our first definition of fractions. So the definition of fraction is the numbers of the form of a upon b where a and b are natural numbers. So we can say that when we write a number in a form of a upon b, they are known as fraction. So when we write fraction in the form of a upon b means one number upside of the line and second number downside of the line. The number we write on the upside of the line is known as numerator and the number we write downside of the line is known as denominator. So whenever you get a question like this, write the definition of fraction. You have to write the numbers of the form a upon b where a and b are natural numbers are known as fraction. This is the definition for the fraction, and one example is 3 upon 5 where 3 is numerator and 5 is denominator. Now there are three types of the fraction and we have to write the definition of each part. So let's begin with the first part is proper fraction. The first part is proper fraction. So when we have to write the definition of a proper fraction, we can write that proper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is less than the denominator. What does it means when we write a fraction? We have a number upside of the line and a number downside of the line. So in proper fraction, the number we write upside of the line, its numerator is small, and the number we write downside of the line, it means denominator is smaller. So a fraction in which numerator is small, denominator is greater, it is known as proper fraction. See some examples. 2 upon 4. In this 2 upon 4, 2 is smaller, 4 is greater, so it is a proper fraction. Second example, 5 upon 6. 5 is greater, 6 is smaller, so it is a proper fraction. In the third example, 7 is smaller, 8 is greater, so it is a proper fraction. In all the fraction, we can say that the numerator is small, the denominator is big, so it is a proper fraction. Now, the next topic is improper fraction. So let's begin with the improper fraction. What is improper fraction? The opposite of a proper fraction is improper fraction. See, what is the definition? An improper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is equal to or greater than the denominator. In simple words, we can say that in a fraction when numerator is greater and denominator is smaller is known as improper fraction. So see the first example, 3 upon 2. 3 is numerator, 2 is denominator. The 3 is bigger, the 2 is smaller. So we can say that the 3 upon 2 is a improper fraction. So if you get a question, define what is improper fraction. So you have to write that an improper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is equal to or greater than the denominator. Some second example, 11 upon 4. Here 11 is greater, numerator is greater, 4 is denominator, it is smaller, so it is also a improper fraction. 17 upon 5. 17 is a greater, 5 is a smaller, so it is also a improper fraction. Our next point is mixed fraction. So a mixed fraction has two parts, an integer and a proper fraction. See the example of mixed fraction. We write here 1, 1 upon 2. So this 1 represent the integer and 1 upon 2 represent a proper fraction. So the combination of an integer and a proper fraction is known as mixed fraction. So we can say that a mixed fraction has two parts, and integer and a proper fraction. On other words, the combination of a integer and a proper fraction is known as mixed fraction. See some examples. 1, 1 upon 2. 1 is integer, 1 upon 2 is a proper fraction. 3, 3 upon 4. 3 is an integer, 3 upon 4 is a proper fraction. 5, 1 upon 4. 5 is an integer and 1 upon 4 is a proper fraction. So the mixed fraction means combination of integer and a proper fraction. Now, how to convert a mixed fraction into improper fraction? You get a question for the 1 mark that convert the given mixed fraction into a improper fraction. So we have a mixed fraction 3, 4 upon 7. So the method of converting a mixed fraction into a simple fraction is very easy. You have to just multiply the denominator of the proper fraction with the integer, and whatever you answer you get, you have to add that answer with the numerator. For example, 7 threes are 21 plus 4 upon 7. 21 plus 4, 25 upon 7. So when we have to convert a mixed fraction into a improper fraction, we have to multiply the denominator of the fraction part with the integer. 7 threes are 21 plus 4, we get 21 plus 4 is equal to 25 upon 7. In such way, you can convert the mixed fraction into a improper fraction. Now the opposite thing. How to convert a improper fraction into the mixed fraction? For that, there is a formula. Quotient, remainder, divisor. We do write quotient, remainder and divisor. Now how to apply it? Divide numerator with the denominator. Now we get 4 4 is 16, therefore quotient is 4 minus 16, remainder is 3. So when we convert a improper fraction into a mixed fraction, we write in a such way that the quotient came in the place of integer. We write quotient right over here. Remainder goes upside and dividend comes on bottom. The dividend came on the bottom. So when we convert 19 upon 4 into the mixed fraction, the quotient come as an integer, remainder goes as a numerator, and the denominator will be same. The next question, you get a question like write 4 or 5 equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. Right? 2, 3, 4 equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. What does it mean of equivalent fraction? When we multiply a fraction with the same number, it means if 1 upon 4 is given, I multiply the numerator and denominator with the same number, the fraction I will get is the equivalent fraction of the given fraction. For an example, a given fraction is 1 upon 4. Now we have to write equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. So what can we do? We multiply both number with the same digit. For example, 2 and 2. So what we get? 2 upon 8. Now 2 upon 8 is the equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4. One more equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4, so we multiply 1 upon 4 with 3 upon 3, so we get 3 upon 12. So the two equivalent fraction of 1 upon 4 is 2 upon 8 and 3 upon 12. In such way you can find as much you want equivalent fraction. Now write the simplest form of a fraction. So we have 16 upon 64, right, in rough. Now divide the both number with a same digit. So we know that 16 is divisible by 2 and 64 is divisible by 2. So when we divide 64 with the 2, what we get? 8. And when we divide 64 with the 2, what we get? 32. Now both 8 and 32 are divisible by 2. So we divided by 2, we get 4. Here we get 16. Now 4 and 16 both are divisible by 2. We divided by 2, we get 8. Now cut 2 by 2 one time, it is 4 times. So when we divide both numerator and the denominator with the same number, the last answer what we get. Now next point, like fraction and unlike fraction. So the fraction with the same denominator are like fraction, and opposite of it, the fraction with different denominator is known as unlike fraction. See the example of like fraction: 1 upon 7, 3 upon 7, 4 upon 7. In all the fraction, the denominator is same, so they all are like fraction. Second example, 2 upon 4, 5 upon 7, 8 upon 3. The denominators are the different, so they all are unlike fraction.